Chapter 37. Suffering and Ambush. Medium-grade spirit stones, Kang Chon exclaimed in shock when he saw the stone in Wang Tixiong's hand. "Hey, my grandson is back. Why don't you let someone inform Grandpa? Come, let Grandpa see if you are strong." When Wang Tixiong saw Kang Chon, who was waiting in the study, his expression instantly stretched out, revealing a smile full of kindness, pulling Kang Chon's hand and sizing him up. "Grandpa, how did you come to have medium-grade spirit stones?" After the grandparents and grandchildren sighed for a while, Kang Chon asked with a face full of doubt. Wang Tixiong revealed a hint of sarcasm as he sniffed and sneered. It wasn't even brought by that old third fellow, saying that he had found a vein of medium-grade spirit stones outside the city. "This is not it. Grandpa has just summoned all the elders to discuss this matter. A medium-grade spirit stone vein? That can't be possible, right? Even if there was one, it would have been discovered by someone else long ago. Not to mention, if there really was this vein, would they be willing to contribute it to the clan?" Kang Chon sniffed with a cold smile. Wang Tixiong nodded and said, "Grandpa originally thought so as well. However, after all, this old kid took out a medium-grade spirit stone, which is not something to mess with, and those elders believed it. Moreover, that old fellow also said that there are 3 unicorn wolves where the ore vein is located, and asked me to take all the elders along and settle these 3 unicorn wolves. 3 unicorn wolves. That's a good reason, but my grandson still doesn't believe them. There must be some kind of conspiracy. If there really is a medium-grade spirit stone vein outside of Heavy Iron City, it's not possible that it took so long for it to be discovered. And it was still discovered by him," Kang Chon said. "Grandpa also thinks so, but the key is that the family elders are all being talked to by him now, and Grandpa can't stop it. But don't worry, with those elders going together, even if he has some purpose, Grandpa is not afraid," Wang Tixiong said with incomparable bravado. "In terms of cultivation alone, apart from strong people above Jidan stage, among the Heavy Iron City, only that Lin Baishan of the Lin family was a threat to him. What's more, even if he was up against Lin Baishan, he had absolute certainty that he could safely get away. After all, both sides' cultivation was comparable." Kang Chon nodded his head. He knew about his grandfather's cultivation, only half a step away from the Jidan stage, and could even break through at any time. In this Heavy Iron City, if his grandpa wanted to leave, there were not many people who could stop him yet. Since that's the case, grandson won't stop it, but grandpa should also be careful and vigilant, Kang Chon reminded. "Well, grandfather knows." Wang Tixiong smiled and nodded, then seemed to think of something and slapped his head. "See, look at my memory. There's something I almost forgot to tell you. Jinji Auction House's Jin Sanshao returned to the imperial capital half a month ago, and he has a letter for me to pass on to you." Saying that, he took out a letter from his bosom and handed it to Kang Chon. "This Jin Sanshao is not bad. Although he is old-fashioned, he is sincere to you, and is worth deep friendship," Wang Tixiong reminded. Kang Chon nodded, took the envelope and opened it. "Young Chon, this young man is going back to the imperial capital to prepare for the upcoming Heavenly Dao Sex Disciple Acceptance Ceremony. So this is goodbye. 3 years later, this young man will be in the imperial capital to watch you punch Li Laoki. I hope you won't let me down. By the way, almost forgot to tell you, there are a lot of beautiful women in the imperial capital. When the time comes, brother will introduce you to a few of them. Look at your stupid hammer look. You won't still be a virgin. Go go go." Kang Chon's face darkened. The words in front were not bad, a bit encouraging, but when he saw the back, black lines crawled across his face. What's wrong? Did he say anything? Wang Tixiong saw that Kang Chon's face did not look right and asked suspiciously. Kang Chon hurriedly covered the envelope and hurriedly said, "No, nothing. He just said he will wait for me in the imperial capital." "Grandpa, you were busy first. "Oh, go back to cultivate," said, and fled like also left the study. This child, Wang Tixiong, looked at Kang Chon's hasty appearance and smiled with a distant head. On the way back to listening to Range 1, Kang Chon's heart cursed Jin San Xiao countless times. This dead fat man has a belly full of bad water. This kind of thing is also written on the letter. Fortunately, Grandpa did not read it. Ha 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 ha. This kid said, "Good you kid is not exactly a virgin. How about it? Do you want to go to solve this serious problem? This heavy iron city in the middle of not have a few good places." Ha ha. Emperor Dan laughed loudly, old and unashamed. Kang Chon secretly slandered, ignoring Emperor Dan's words, and directly slammed his head into the house, eliminating distracting thoughts, purifying his 5 roots, and settling down to cultivate. The news of the third elder's discovery of the medium-grade spirit stone vein was very shocking amongst the Wang family's top echelons. However, those ordinary Wang family descendants were still unaware of it, and the entire Wang family was superficially the same as it always was. As for those elders of the Wang family, they were already secretly planning their actions. Originally prepared to go the next day, the plan was delayed. After all, the 3 unicorn wolves are not so good to be messed with, so they postponed the action for a month. It is said that this time is still the third elder's proposal. The patriarch Wang Tixiong did not interfere with this. During this month, Kang Chon was trying to impact the 7th level of the foundation establishment stage bottleneck. But unfortunately, this bottleneck was very difficult, and he impacted it several times without success. The current him seemed to be blocked by a diaphragm, but it was this diaphragm that he couldn't pierce through in any way, making him so depressed that he was in a bad mood these days. "Elder Dan, look, is there any way I can break through to the 7th level of the foundation establishment stage? Quickly. It's been so many days, and there's still no progress." Beside the waterfall at the back of the royal mansion, Kang Chon asked with a hopeful face to Dan Huang, who was eating grilled fish in front of him. Little Gold on the side finished eating the grilled fish his hand, and opened his teeth and claws to Dan Huang, squeaking, his ambition not hidden at all. Go go go, play aside. Dan Emperor did not compromise in the slightest, swallowing the grilled fish in his hand in one bite, yanking out a row of fish spines from his mouth, and smiling smugly at Little Gold. Little Gold became furious and jumped onto Dan Emperor's head, scratching it for a while, making his hair whole like a chicken nest, causing Dan Emperor to scream in anger. Kang Chon sighed, not bothering with these 2 living treasures. "Kid, sometimes you can't just rely on your own cultivation, otherwise there wouldn't be so many disputes in the cultivation world. Do you remember how you broke through the 5th level of the foundation establishment stage last time?" Emperor Dan's voice came out as Little Gold jumped into the river to continue catching fish. "Last time." Kang Chon fell into deep thought at his words. The last time he broke through the 5th level of the foundation establishment stage was when he was fighting Wang Fei. He was forced by the other party's pressure, and with the faith in his heart, he broke through the 5th level of the foundation establishment stage in the middle of the battle. "Your old man is asking me to stimulate myself by fighting, but I've been fighting with Little Gold a lot now. Or, it's still not ineffective." Kang Chon shook his head. As a matter of fact, within this month, he had to compete with Xiao Jin almost once a day. And although he was not a match for Xiao Jin yet, he was already able to barely support himself for a dozen rounds. "You call that fighting? That's just playing easy." Emperor Dan sniffed with a disdainful face and said, "Do you understand what combat is? In a battle in the cultivation world, it's either you die or I live. This kind of battle between life and death is the real battle. What is that between you and Little Gold? Did you have a bit of pressure when you fought it?" Kang Chon shook his head honestly when he heard this. He knew that Little Gold was stronger than him. Plus he and Little Gold had a very good relationship, and he kept his hands out. So naturally, he didn't feel the slightest bit of pressure. Elder Dan, I think I understand what you mean, but it's not that easy to find an opponent, Kang Chan said with a bitter smile. With his current strength, he could completely sweep away all cultivators below the 7th level of the Foundation Establishment stage, and only those above the 8th level of the Foundation Establishment stage could pose a threat to him. But the small city of Heavy Iron City, there weren't many cultivators who had reached the 8th level of the Foundation Establishment stage. And even if there were, he wouldn't be able to go and fight to the death on Earth for no reason. No one would be willing to even cut a deal. After all, Kang Chan is just a young man. Those Foundation Establishment Stage 8th layer cultivators, which one is not an old man? How can anyone be willing to fight with him and fall into a big bully? Losing that would be a big disgrace. Don't you hate that third elder? Solely settle him, Emperor Dan said smilingly. Kang Chan's eyes flashed with a cold light when he heard this. He did have this idea. But the other party was a family elder after all. It wouldn't work without a sufficient excuse. Yes, I almost forgot that today is when Grandpa and the others went to explore that medium-grade spirit, stone vein. I'll follow them over to take a look. I heard that the unicorn wolf is quite powerful. Kang Chan suddenly thought of the time of action that Grandpa had told him last time, so he immediately rolled over, greeted Xiaojin, who was trying to catch fish, and sprinted towards Wang Fu Feng. Kang Chan's stride was as fast as flying, and in a short while, he arrived at the royal mansion from the back of the mountain. I wonder if Grandpa and the others have departed yet. Kang Chan hurried all the way here, and when he arrived at the entrance of the king's mansion, he was suddenly surprised. How come there are no guards watching the door today? However, at the gate of the king's mansion, there were only 2 stone lions left empty, still roaring up to the sky. Kang Chan's heart was strange. Usually there was a guard in front of each of these 2 stone lions, but today it was missing, making him a little puzzled. Could it be that these guys are lazy? We'll have to teach them a lesson later. Kang Chan frowned and grunted in his heart. Then he stepped into the king's mansion and traveled along the long corridor towards the hall of the king's mansion. All along the way, it was silent. The entire royal residence seemed to be lifeless, a silence that made people feel a wave of depression. Oh, Kang Chan suddenly stopped his footsteps and swept around with a vigilant expression, his brows slightly furrowed. Not right. How come there's not a single silhouette? Elder Dan, help me take a look. What's going on? Walking all the way here, there was not even half a silhouette within the Wang mansion, which made Kang Chan's heart doubtful. To know, the Wang family is a big family, not to mention those family children. Just the underlings alone have thousands of people. How could there be a silhouette is not there? There must be a reason for it. Kid, you are quite vigilant. You are not at ease even in your own home. Haha. Dan Emperor's laughter came from his mind. When he was fine, he was hiding in the reverse heavenly cauldron to cultivate. Haha. This time it's letting you kid get it right. A group of losers have already surrounded you. Elder Dan's divine thoughts spread out, and he let out a surprised cry. Under his incomparably large divine thoughts, everything in the entire royal mansion was reflected in his mind, and not a single place could escape. At this moment, amidst a group of figures ambushed in the distant wigwams, houses, and various other buildings, a pair of ice-cold eyes were staring at Kang Chan, who was slowly walking from the corridor, and the swords and knives in their hands had already been sheathed, flickering with an icy cold light. Listening to Emperor Dan's narration in his mind, Kang Chan's face sank. How did this happen? Where are those guards of the royal residence? Those elders are not good. Suddenly, a bad intuition rose in Kang Chan's heart. Medium-grade spirit stone vein. So the family elders, third elder. In an instant, Kang Chan's mind turned various thoughts, and he thought of a terrible thing. The third elder colluded with outsiders. Kang Chan's heart was incomparably icy. It was impossible for the hallowed king's residence to be breached so simply. There was clearly an inside thief. This made him think of the matter of the medium-grade spirit stone vein. Obviously, the third elder had spread the news that all the elders of the Wong family had gone out, making the Wong family unprepared. And in the entire Heavy Iron City, the only family that was able to breach the Wong family so simply was the Lin family. What a wicked thief. I won't be called Kang Chon if I don't kill you this time. Kang Chon's eyes were red. His heart was infinite with killing intent. He couldn't help but worry about Wong Tixiong's safety. After all, when it came to the Lin family, then the matter wouldn't be that simple.